Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Georg Mack Plays the Classics. Take to the world of mechanical insects in Insector X. Two tribes of micromen, the Belzers and the Insectors, are at war. You are Kate, and have escaped to the desert where you fell under the protection of a young boy. But now, after wiping out your brethren, the Belzers are on your tail. It's time to put up or shut up, as Kate decides to take it to his tormentors. This is standard side-scrolling shooter fare. The screen moves slowly to the right and enemies come on screen at you. Button B is the default normal weapon button and can be held down for rapid fire. This is useful as you can destroy enemies right as they come on screen if your aim is true. The downside is that the most prevalent enemy, the Wellfly, will sometimes shoot a projectile upon death. This makes it really difficult to find a safe spot if you aren't perfect at your positioning. Killing certain enemies drops an orb. S increases your speed. P is a power-up for your normal gun, increasing its strength and spread. The special weapon powers up your button C attack. There are 4 levels of anti-air and anti-ground weapons, each becoming more powerful. The lightning crash damages all enemies on screen. You can cycle among these 3 weapons with a press of button A. The levels are pretty short, but require some memorization to get through. Bosses are pretty easy, with the manual giving you safe zones for the first 2. Finding their weak point is your first task. They are bullet sponges and require dozens of hits while you avoid their predictable attacks. The beginning of the final level tested my patience to the extreme. Though the environment wasn't much trouble up until this point, I found myself getting caught in pillars of honeycomb and dying dozens of times. Death typically zaps you back to your default powers, but the question mark allows you to keep all of your power-ups if you die. I resorted to save states to get through this one. With only 3 continues, I would have had to restart from the beginning several times to finish. When it comes to grading Insector X on Sega Genesis, graphics get a 3.0. It looks as good as I expect, with enemies having nice detail and the backgrounds being alright. Sound gets a 1.5. The shooting sound effect overpowers the decent Genesis music. Those bombs sound like an old dot matrix printer. Gameplay gets 2.5. Typical side-scrolling shooter action. Kill what you can, avoid the rest. Difficulty gets a 1.5. I'm going to classify this as a bullet hell in certain areas. Though levels are short, one-hit deaths are a severe punishment. Fun factor gets 2.0. You need to be fully powered up to really get enjoyment. But then a death will really bum you out. Overall, Insector X earns a 2.1 and gets a C. Levels are too twitchy, unforgiving, and short for my taste. It doesn't hit the sweet spot that I like, but it isn't bad. Well, that's going to do it for me for today. Please make sure to like this video. Let me know what you think of Insector X in the comments. And please subscribe to Head Drop Productions here on YouTube, because we want you here for each and every video we release, because it is your destiny.